What is up guys, Lone Hawk here today and welcome back to another best class setup video. In this video we're going to be going over a very fun and very effective loadout for the light assault class, so stay tuned. So let's start off really briefly by going over how I make my setups. In my opinion, the best setups have great synergy. This means one aspect of the loadout will complement another aspect of it, making a very good and very smooth class. That being said, today's class is all centered around the primary weapon, which is a shotgun. In my opinion, the shotgun that is best with this class is the FA1 Barrage for TR, the Mauler S6 for NC, and the Thanatos VE70 for VS. On screen right now, you'll see the classes I've set up, one for each faction. The core of this setup is the shotguns I've just mentioned, and the ability, which is the Drifter Jump Jets. We'll cover the amazing synergy between shotguns and Drifter Jump Jets in just a moment, but for now, let's finish up by going over what else I've put in this class. For the secondary, I'd recommend a medium to long range sidearm because with the shotgun primary, you're not going to have much capability to kill targets outside of that gun's range. So you're going to want something that can hopefully do some damage to somebody that's farther away if need be. In the suit slot, I've put Advanced Shield Capacitor because with the Drifter Jump Jets, you're going to be moving around a lot and going around corners, and you're going to be right in the heart of the battle because you have a shotgun. So you're going to really want those shields to be up as often as possible. So I'd recommend a high-level Advanced Shield Capacitor because at low levels, it really doesn't affect it as much. The grenade and the utility slot are largely up to you. I prefer standard grenades and C4 because if there's a vehicle, I like getting those extra vehicle kills just for some extra XP. However, if you're going for just anti-infantry, it may be better to use medkits instead. The implant slot isn't too important. I like using battle hardened or enhanced targeting, but neither are required to make this class work. So with the class setup out of the way, let's go over some strategies, tips, and tricks to help you use this effectively. For one, I'd like to start off by saying if you have certs, upgrade your Drifter Jump Jets. The level 1 Jump Jets allow you to drift for 8 seconds. The maximum rank Jump Jets allow you to drift for 28 seconds, which is a massive difference. If you have maxed out Drifter Jets, you almost never run out of fuel, which is fantastic. That being said, all of the gameplay in this video is actually recorded with level 1 Drifter Jump Jets, so it's not impossible to do with that. I unfortunately didn't even realize I wasn't upgrading them. I thought I had like level 3 or 4, but I wasn't paying attention. So if you only have level 1, just try it. It works very well. I just recommend higher levels for better survivability. So you've got the setup, now how do we actually use the class? Well, like I said before, the jump jets are used to close gaps because shotguns are only good at close range. So what you're going to want to do is find ways to get close to your opponent. Sometimes you'll be able to just flank them, get around them, and go to places normal classes aren't able to go without jump jets. Even with Drifter Jump Jets, you can go vertically. It'll take a while, but if you hold your thrust and you don't move left, right, or forward, your character will slowly rise, and the higher ranked Drifter Jump Jets you have, the higher you'll be able to go. Level 1, though, actually gets you to most roofs effectively, so you don't need to worry about it. Another thing to note is use the cover you have effectively. I find this class to work absolutely fantastically on Hassan because you can just dip, dive, you duck and weave through cover, through trees, and get really close to your opponents where you'd normally not be able to because you can move much faster with the Drifter Jump Jets. Sometimes I find this quite funny when it happens. Someone will be shooting at me at a range that is farther than that of my shotgun, and I'll notice they've missed their first few shots. When this happens, it's actually sometimes quite effective to drift at them, not straight at them, but at an angle near them. So once they start reloading because they've missed so many shots, you'll be able to take them out with your shotgun. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't work against good players. However, I've noticed recently that there are a lot of players with really bad aim, and when you're drifting, somehow they find it extremely hard to hit you. Now, I don't know if this is bad aim or lag on the server side or their side, but for some reason, I find it that a lot of players seem to miss me when I'm using Drifter Jump Jets. So keep that in mind and use it when you think you might die, and maybe you'll get out of the situation alive. They're quite interesting in that manner. Another random tip is that when you're facing heavies that aren't using the resist shield, try to get their shield to go down on their own. Once they activate the shield, duck behind cover. If you duck back out and they still have the shield up, duck back. Keep getting them to waste their shield, and then when it's out, hit them with the shotgun. One more thing to note before we finish is that the shotgun doesn't matter as much as you may think. If there's a shotgun you like better than the ones I listed, go ahead and try it. Go ahead and use it. It'll probably work very well. The reason I suggested the ones I did is for a few reasons. One, everybody has them. Those are all the starting shotguns, so there's nobody that can complain, I don't have that shotgun, what can I use to substitute for it? Two is I actually quite enjoy using those. I find them very effective shotguns. Now, I have only used the others for a little bit. I don't use the other shotguns very much, so I can't speak from experience, but I can say that those default shotguns work very well with this class, which is why I recommended them. If there's something you think I've missed in this video and you want to see it in the next best class setup video, be sure to leave a comment down below. Also, I'll be responding to any questions you have, tips, comments, maybe if you want to see a certain class shown on my best class setup video, I'll respond to all of that down below or at my Reddit sub, reddit.com/r/hawksquad. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below and maybe subscribe or recommend to a friend, and I will see you guys all later. Lone Hawk out.